Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Amwan Rakar coming at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakar HaKadosh. And as always, double honors goes out to the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect, man. Salutations. So, just wanted to do this quick lesson, man, just because despite, you hearing about particular wars that are going on in the world, the main ones that we know of right now, Ukraine and Russia, and you could say the state of Israel against Palestine, which isn't really a war. It's more of a annihilation. But, that's not to say that we are, riding with any sides out here, man. We're on the side of ourselves. We're on the side of Yasha Allah, man. We're on the side of Israel. The true Israel, which is a people before it's a place. Right? There's no state of Israel, man. There's a nation. Right? But getting back to the point, wars was constantly going on, man. There's always wars going on. It's because we're in the last day. Or we're in the last days, man. Or we could say we're in the last day, yeah. And remember, one day to the Lord is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years one day, man. So we're in the last days, man. And this whole planet is covered in, big wars to smaller battles and skirmishes, man. So this is just going to go through. So this is estimated casualties 2023 of wars over the world, man. So let's, for example, take this one here. What's that? So Sudan, right? It's not a major, but estimated casualties is nearly 13,000 people. So there's people getting, killed constantly in battles, man. And this was prophesied, man. Yahweh Shai prophesied this. Right? We're going to get the scriptures, but it says, here's a snapshot. It says, wars often arising from economic, territorial, religious or political reasons can leave countries war-torn, requiring decades for infrastructure and economic rebuilding. The Russia-Ukraine conflict began in 2022, so that's 2 years now, man. Exemplifies the complexities of modern warfare, including unexpected resistance, strategic and logistic challenges, and significant civilian impact. Global war statistics reveal a diversity of conflicts, from Myanmar's long-standing war to the ongoing drug war in Mexico, each with unique causes and consequences. International community's response to conflicts such as in Ukraine and Yemen involves humanitarian aid, economic sanctions, and political actions, reflecting in the complex nature of modern geopolitics. So them sanctions, right? Those economic sanctions are used to cripple certain countries, and they're usually put out by the US of A, man. Babylon. Why? Because they have a hand in most of these things that are going on over the globe, man. Whether it is for their gain or for the destruction of whatever particular country, they have a hand in it, man. The scriptures tell you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. They're controlling all of these things. Right, so whatever happens with these wars, they're usually about power and money, man. It's never about freedom. Because you can read here all the diverse reasons why these things are happening. And none of it is for, I don't remember reading, I could be wrong, but I don't remember reading freedom and justice. It's, territorial, economic, religious, political. The Oxford English Dictionary defines war as one, a state of armed conflict between different countries or different groups within a country. A state of competition or hostility between different people or groups. Right? A sustained campaign against an undesirable situation or activity. And when this war, this third woe comes, man, it's going to involve all the big nations. All right? This is what this is all building up to. There's high tensions on the earth between these countries. There's no peace out here. There's no peace on earth, man. They'll have you believe that. All right? They'll have you believe that there's peace. There's only going to be peace when the rightful Israelites are back in their own land, man. Then there will be peace. That's how we know those people out there right now are not the real Israelites, man. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are, as well as many nations who look like the other nations, or all the other nations, like I should say, will have Israelites in them. Israelites looking like these other heathen nations, man. The scriptures talk about the speckled bird, man. So we're hidden all over the earth. So yeah, it's a bit late. I'm not gonna read too much more of this, but let's just get a couple of scriptures, man. It's a quick one. So 2 Ezra 16. So woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, the beginning of sorrows. Because, where we are right now, we're not getting touched by these battles, man. These skirmishes and these wars. They haven't hit home yet. But they will. Right? So that's the beginning of sorrows hasn't even really begun. Jacob's trouble, man. That's the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. This is the beginning of famine and great death. That's all Jacob's trouble, man. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? The beginning of wars, man. They've begun already. People aren't peeping the signs, man. It's not for them to peep the signs. They're gonna get caught up in this, and the majority of people are gonna be destroyed. Right? We want salvation. We want to be on the chariots, man. So we're keeping an eye out, man. We're doing our best to stay in this truth. It's not easy, nor is it meant to be. Straight is the gate and narrow is the way. Which leadeth into to salvation, man. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Yeah, this place needs to be fixed. So first and foremost, people are gonna have to go out bad, right? The majority of people are gonna be destroyed or put into captivity. In the future. It says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge. You see, so people don't pay attention. They think that these things will go away. They don't really take it seriously. It's because they're so used to hearing what I like to call the saber rattling, when it's the threats of it, but they don't take the threats seriously, man. The more we go into the future, the more these nations start talking about wanting to destroy each other, man. They're openly saying it. Putting the threats out of what was going to happen if this country does this to that country, and that country does this to that country, Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall drink themselves to be in good case. People are living it up. Living it up, man. They're doing their little, going to their little shows, their concerts, and all that, going on trips. Not to say that you can't enjoy moments whilst you're here. Otherwise, it's pure misery, man. You got to balance it out. Nobody's saying, you know, to not have those moments, but we have to always remember what's coming and be prepared for it. Yes, it says, they shall drink themselves to be in good case. Behold, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, which is war, famine, and great confusion. And confusion is rife, you know, especially with the alphabet business. You know, these young uns coming up now, they haven't got a clue what's going on, man. They don't know what to believe. They don't know what's right and wrong. The rulers of this earth will turn things upside down. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So the sword is war, and that's coming for the rest of those that make it through the famine, man. So it's telling you what, there's no escape. If you escape that, it's out of the frying pan into the fire. You escape the famine. You're going into the fire, which is the war, man, the sword. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Wasted, man. Remember the scriptures talk about was it Isaiah? Was it 54? Let me see if I can quickly get that. Yeah. Isaiah 54:16, it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. And that's talking about those nuclear missiles, man. That's why it says, the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. So it's over. That's over time, man. That's the time when it's over and done with, man. Destruction, pure destruction is coming, and you're going to see more talk of. There's going to be more things occurring. As I always say, the infrastructure is being built. Esau's putting things into place. You know, the NATO armies and the UN armies are getting, they're ready. They're infiltrating Babylon right now with foreign troops that people don't even know. There's foreigners going over there, military personnel, or guys that are mercenaries, or guys that have been in foreign armies, being invited into Babylon, man. Why? Because when the shit hits the fan, and they want to start kicking in with that martial law, man, their own troops, the US troops are not going to turn on the US citizens like that. You might get some that just absolutely don't give a monkeys, man. But you're going to get some who will totally refuse that. Why? Because of patriotism and empathy and sympathy. That's why they need to get these foreign troops in, because they're not going to care about people who aren't of their own ilk. Right? They're not going to care. It's not their country. In fact, they're probably going to revel in it. So pure destruction's coming, man. And let's just get this in. Let me read it somewhere else, actually. Where was it? Luke 21, I'll read it in for a change. So Luke 21 and 10. And it says, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. So nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's wars, man. All right. This is Yahweh Shai giving you the warning, giving you the lowdown on what to expect. Even the Christians, they read these, if they even read them, if they even read these scriptures, man, do they believe in it? Do they wholeheartedly understand the depth of destruction that's about to come on this earth? Probably not. But we understand, man. And that's why we fear the Lord, man. We don't want to get caught up in that. All right. I did that a long way, but I'll find it. That's all it is. That's... Yeah. I'll read this. I'll close out on this. So 1 Thessalonians 4:13, and it says, But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. Right? Because this is what we want, man. This is the goal, right? It says, for if we believe that Yahweh died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahweh will Yahweh bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. So those that died in the Lord, man, their place is already, those that are of the elect that have died, they already have their place on the chariots, man. We always talk about, you know, the righteous scarcely being saved. So that's already places taken on them chariots, man. That's already, you know, a number of that 144,000 that have already taken their place in salvation. It's in it. It says it. Therefore, it's true. Right? We believe it. So, what I'm saying is, there is you know, as we already know, limited spaces on these chariots, man. You know, the dead in the Lord already have their place. Verse 16 says, For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Hammashach shall rise first. So they're going to get their privilege of rising first, man. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them. So they're going to be risen up, man. And we're going to join them in the air. Lord willing, I'm a part of that, man. Right? Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And that's in the chariots, man. You know, the Christians read that and think we're going to be floating around in the sky. No, we're going to be in the chariots, man. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. See what that says? So once that happens, that's it. We've made it, man. Forever with Yahweh Shai, man. You know, wherefore comfort one another with these words, man. It is comforting words, but also it's pressure. We want to make it, man. We want to be those men. All right. We want to be those men. None of us want to make it into the kingdom the other way. We don't want to be you know, shamefaced in the kingdom because we bucked up against this truth, or we didn't do what we're supposed to do, you know. And there's always a need to do more. I'll say that as well. And I'm speaking to myself. There's always a need to do more. Look, I'll say this as well before I close out. Not every man is going to be this, have the same measure as another man. You know, brothers have different strengths and weaknesses in this truth. But you do what you're able to do. You know, you do your measure, man. Anyway, yeah, man, just a little one about this. You know, the situation that's coming on, man. This war's coming. You know, you could be peace one day and war the next, man. So with that, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kadash, double honors to the apostles and all the bishops, a great millstone, peace and blessings and salutations to the elect, man. Shalom.